Hold on, hold on.
Oh, sorry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Madam President.
Thank you very much, and welcome to President's News for Wednesday, the 15th of January. Can't believe we're halfway through January already, so anyway, a good thing, because January's a tough month. Anyway, we've got some club news this week. We have a couple of results to round up with you. We've got our Parkrun results and podiums, and then what's coming up. So I'll start with the club news. We have another club record for Piers Spencer Sims, our under-15 boy. Over 60 metres indoors. He ran 7 seconds exactly on the 8th of December at the end of last year, beating his own previous club record, which was 7:18, which he set back in February of last year. So a strong run from Piers. Just to say that Luca Ercolani is collating names for the new senior men's club vest. It's a slightly lighter, more suited to marathon running and whatnot. So I think they're really close to putting an order in. So if you are interested in getting a new club vest, do speak to Luca as soon as possible. And then sticking with clothing, more of our club rain jackets and winter jackets are in downstairs in the office. So if anyone missed the first round of jackets, there are some available in the office for you. They're really good. So don't miss out. Okay, our results this week. So we had, it was indoor action over at Lee Valley over the weekend for our under-13s, under-15s and under-17s in the South of England Athletic Association Indoor Champs. We had 34 athletes entered and then 28 managing to take part on the day. We came away with 3 Southern champions, Piers Spencer Sims over 60 metres, Alessia Scala at high jump, and Ella Brooker at pole vault. We had some good experiences for some of our new members racing indoors for the first time, and some very good times the athletes were looking for national champs and so on, so a really good weekend. So starting with our under-13 boys, we had 4 of our under-13s taking on the 60-metre event, and all 4 ran PBs in their opening heats, and then moved on to semi-finals. Now we had Pierre Ovi Esprit Tabioa, ran a PB of 8.6. Pierre's a new member for us. And then remarkably, the 3 other boys all ran exactly the same time, 8:42 in their heats. We had Callum Bryan, Oscar Letienzo and Ruan Thomas. All in separate races. I think that's quite remarkable that they all ran exactly the same time. Oscar and Pierre made it through to the final. Callum and Ruhan just missing out on the final by the smallest of margins. And then in the final, in a very close race, it was a 3rd place finish for Oscar in another PB of 8:34. The top 3 in that race were separated by 2 100ths of a second, so it was a very, very close race. And then we had in 5th place Pierre in 8:51. So super racing from our under-13s. A very exciting little quartet going forward, so it'll be great to see how they got on at Kent Leagues and YDLs in the summer. We had just 2 of our under-13 girls taking part. We had Holly Tallock racing indoors for the first time over 800 metres, where she set a season's best of 2:44. And then Faye Yeomans set a PB over 60 metres of 8:95, and unfortunately was a no mark in the high jump. But what was interesting, in that event there were 6 competitors, and only the winner recorded a height. All the other competitors were no marks. So I'm just wondering what happened. That, you know, it's very unusual to get that. I know it's very intimidating actually, because they have the high jump set up right in front of the stands. So it's probably for under-13s that's quite an intimidating situation. But for 5 out of 6 to no height is very good. Anyway, moving on to our under-15s. We had, starting with our under-15 boys, just 2 under-15 boys racing, and it was a very, very successful day for both of them. Piers Spencer Sims, as I said, won the 60-metre event, so became the South of England champion in a time of 7:03, which was a championship record. And then we had a 2nd place finish in a season's best of 2:18 over 800 metres for Athenarth Ganananthan. Athenarth is no more usually a thrower, so that was a good result for him. Moving to our under-15 girls, I'm going to start in the field events where we had some really strong performances. As I said already, a win for Alessia Scala in high jump, of 166, a win for Ella Brooker in pole vault with a season's best of 3 metres 10, over 30 centimetres clear of second place, so very well done there. And then in fourth place in shot put, we had Kaweng Paul with a PB of almost over almost a metre of 10.28, so well done to Kaweng. On the track, in the short 60-metre sprint, we had a 6th place finish in the final for Matilda Murray, who ran PBs of 7.96 in both her opening heat and her semi-final, going under 8 seconds for the first time, so that was great. Matilda is more normally over the hurdles, recently setting club records, so it was good to see her racing over the flat this time round. It was a season's best of 8.22 in the semi-final for India Ellington. Noelle Carr equalled her PB of 8.3, and there was PBs for Serena Simmons of 8.71, Maya Connell of 8.76, and 9.18 PB for Lauren Griffin. In the longer 200-metre sprint, we had season's best for Noelle Carr, India Ellington and Zamai Dixon, and PBs for Maya Connell and Lauren Griffin. Okay, so switching up to the under-17s, we had a 6th place finish for Alex Giles in long jump of 6.08. It was a season's best for Daniel Olatunji of 7.57 in the 60-metre sprint, PB. And it was PBs for Theo Olatunji over both 60 metres and 60-metre hurdles. It was a first time indoors racing for Jess Lingham over 60 metres, which was good. And Caden Harris-Torres ran PBs in both the 60 metres and the 200. Luna Corrie finished 7th in the pole vault with a PB of 2 metres 90. And Madalisto Volema ran a season's best over 800 of 2:15.29. Oskar Sadowski ran a PB of 7.51 at 60 metres and a PB in the semi-final of the 200 of 24.25. 61.33 for Sophie Tran over 400 metres, first time indoors. And then we had a super series of 400s from Cian Farrell, who ran 52.9 in the heat, 52.92 in his semi, and then a 52.07 in the final to take 5th, but crucially giving him the national standard time for the National Indoors Champs. So well done to Cian and well done to all 28 of our runners, jumpers and throwers. Okay, moving to Parkrun. It was a very frosty morning on Saturday, you'll remember, and we had 62 members turning out in 17 different locations. And the furthest member from the clubhouse award goes to Bob Minting, who ran at Exmouth Parkrun, which is approximately 190 miles away. So all our travellers are back from New Zealand. It's back to the old. I remember when I first started out doing the news, Bob Minton was quite a regular for furthest from the clubhouse over at Exmouth. Anyway, moving to the Bromley Club Champs. First home for the club in 2nd place was Sam Aldridge in a 16.53, with an 83% age grading. Second home for the club was his son Emery in 3rd place, also first junior in a PB of 17.10 with an 86.6% age grading. And then 3rd home for the club in 5th spot was Douglas Varney, also first vet 50 in 17.36 with an 83.8% age grading. 4th home is Harry Barrage, one of our juniors, in a PB of 17.48, and then 5th home is Alex Smith, another junior, 7th overall in 18.10. So in the ladies competition, first home for the club was Sarah Balone in 22.03, and then second home was Leela Badisha in 22.22, and third home was Florence Watson in a 29.29. So that's a bit unusual. Okay, so our podiums, Parkrun podiums. So at Bromley, as I've said, we had a 2nd place for Sam Aldridge and 3rd place for Emery. At Beckenham Place Park, we had 1st and 2nd ladies for Rowan Pearson and myself. At Hoblingwell,
beaten by your daughter.
Yes,
yeah.
I know, oh, madam. At Hoblingwell, we had first male Philip Bunn, and then 2nd lady was his wife Liz Bunn. At Bethlehem Royal Hospital, Jenny Butler was first lady and her son Billy was first junior. And then finally at Highwoods Parkrun, Oliver Knowles was 3rd male in 1828. Now, I have some updates from the New Year's Day and Christmas Day Parkruns, because I at the time didn't get the consolidated results, but Pat Callinan very gratefully has sent them to me. So our Christmas Day podiums that weren't at Bromley, I can share with you, were Ellie Osmond was 2nd lady at Beckenham Place Park. Gracie Horton was First Lady at Hoblingwell. Charlie Davis was second male at Maidenhead. Naomi Kingston was First Lady at Bicester. And Niamh Bridden Hubbard was First Lady at Coldham Common in a 1737, so very quick there. So well done to our Christmas Day winners, our podium winners. And then on New Year's Day, I think I did actually mention all these ones. We had 40 runners in 17 locations, and our podiums were Kevin Finney here at Bromley. We had Katie Sugden, second lady at Ipswich, and Zacchaeus Kelman was third male at Hagley Parkrun in New Zealand, where he also got the furthest from the Clubhouse Award. Okay, so that's our parkrun results. What's coming up this weekend? We've got some schools cross-country action and some indoors. So the schools on Saturday, it's the Kent Schools cross-country champs over at Dartford. The first race is the Year 7 girls starting at 11:30. And then we've got Surrey Schools also on Saturday. They're over at Reigate Priory, and their first race is their Year 7 girls, but at 10:30, so an earlier start for the Surrey Schools. And then indoors, Saturday and Sunday at Lee Valley, it's the London Indoor Games for our under-20s and seniors, and we've got 27 of our under-20 and senior athletes taking part, so wishing them all the very best at that. And also just to say, next Tuesday is Trevor De La Hoy's funeral over at Elmer's End. And if anyone is hoping to attend, if they could also mention it to David, just to let Sandy know for numbers. Now, we've got a bonus ball to finish with. Now, I'm sure you'll all agree this is a very suitable winner, although we might have a bit of a steward's inquiry on this one. But the bonus ball from the 11th of January is Bob.
Oh.
We're not sure about that, are we? Very well done, Bob. Okay. Have I? Oh, also, yeah. Saturday the 25th is the Southern Cross Country over at Beckenham Place Park. But at night we've got our Burn Supper, so there's still places available if anyone would like spots there. And I think that's it. Is it? Has anybody else got any other things that I've forgotten? Anything to remember? Richard?
I was just going to say I went and actually watched Holly run her first race at Lee Valley on Saturday, and she only missed out on the final by 0.3 of a second against girls, most part 1 or 2 years older. So she ran a very composed race, very happy with her performance, and I think she's going to go far.
Excellent, well done to Holly. Yeah, good. Okay, I think that's us. Oh, Steve?
Yeah, just a reminder, it's Burns Night, January 25th, Saturday. We're going ahead because we've got enough people to come along, but there is still room for more. So come and see me if you would like to come along on Saturday, January 25th, for what I'm sure will be a great occasion.
Yes. We will have a little bit of ceilidh dancing as well, so come along to that. It's great active recovery after your run round Beckenham Place Park. So what more could you ask for? Okay, I think that's us.